This is CBS LA at 6.
Now at 6, mixed emotions. Tonight, Venezuelans in SoCal weigh in on the country's shocking upheaval and what comes next.
A smash and grab burglary. Thieves tear apart a card shop, stealing thousands of dollars of merchandise in just 4 minutes.
Then their bravery was put on display during our wildfires. A year later, a new program is giving firefighters some hope with their health. Good evening, everyone. I'm Gio Insignares.
And I'm Hunter Sowards. We want to start tonight with the weather and a man rescued from rushing waters as rain pounded Westminster. OC Fire Authority says this man was in a storm channel and was clinging to a culvert in fast-moving cold water. You see that rescue there. It happened near Bolsa Avenue and Golden West Street. Crews say they used inflated fire hoses to make sure he didn't fall and then lowered down a firefighter to rescue him. He was taken to a hospital to be checked out.
And we've seen trees coming down during the rain, including this one in San Marino. You can see it leaning against what looks like power lines along Rose Avenue. We checked. It doesn't seem like power is out in the area, but the road is closed between San Gabriel Boulevard and Hillard Drive while crews work to remove it.
All right, we want to take a live look now in downtown LA tonight. We have seen on and off rain all day yet again. That rain is still on our lens as we take a look at all those cars waiting to get into LAX. A soggy ending to another wet weekend here in SoCal.
And Chloe Carlson tracking more rain tonight in our next weather forecast. Chloe?
All right, Chloe, thank you. Former Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife will face a federal judge tomorrow.
They're facing charges of drug trafficking and narco-terrorism. Tonight, new satellite images show damage in Caracas, Venezuela, showing the aftermath of the military operation to capture Maduro. Venezuela's defense minister says a large part of Maduro's security team was killed in the raid. And as the country's vice president is sworn in as the interim leader, questions remain on who will take charge after President Trump said the U.S. would run the country.
Let's let my Republican colleagues enjoy their day of euphoria, but they're going to wake up tomorrow morning knowing, my God, there is no plan here any more than there was in Afghanistan, Iraq, or in Libya.
Moving forward, we're going to judge everything by what they do, and we're going to see what they do.
In Venezuela, there are reports of a tense calm over the country, with people lining up outside of stores this weekend to stock up on supplies amid the uncertainty. And here at home, happiness, shock, and anxiety are a few of the emotions felt by Venezuelan Americans after hearing the news of Maduro's capture.
That's right. CBS LA's Lauren Posen is live in Pasadena with a Venezuelan business owner who's feeling a range of emotions tonight. Lauren?
This is a moment many thought would never happen. The woman we spoke with said, well, people are really excited. They're nervous, too, because this is uncharted territory.
We cry. We laugh. You know, we are super happy that it happened. For the first time, we was wanting it for almost 30 years.
Jessica Baker says she couldn't believe it when her sister in Venezuela called her with the news. The U.S. removed the country's president from power.
I was like, no, it's not happening. Yes, it's real. It's real.
Baker runs a Venezuelan restaurant in Pasadena. She says this is positive for Venezuelans back home who have endured years of suffering under the regime.
We have to leave Venezuela because we need food, we need survival. They don't know the kids die because they don't have food, they don't have medicine.
Reaction continues to be mixed. Some feel the U.S. shouldn't get involved. Others feel it's the right call. Outside the Chinese consulate, people came together to show support for Venezuela. This man says it could be a fresh start.
We are so happy that the detector was arrested and We're also happy that Venezuela people have opportunity to get their freedom.
On Monday, Nicolas Maduro and his wife will face a federal judge in federal court. Baker wants them held accountable.
He had to pay what he do for our country. He really had to pay. You know how many people die in Venezuela?
With Venezuela poised for a new beginning, Baker is looking ahead too, focused on her family and the future.
I want to take my son for first time to Venezuela. He never been there. My dad is 85. He want to go visit his sisters and brothers. So it's hope.
Baker says the feeling right now is to stay excited and hopeful, but also take things day by day because of that uncertainty. Reporting live in Pasadena, Lauren Posen, CBS LA.
Lauren, thank you. And stay with CBS LA and CBSLA.com for the very latest developments on the situation unfolding right now in Venezuela.
A Garden Grove police officer remains in critical condition tonight after being hit by a car. Investigators say officers responded to a 7-Eleven store at Brookhurt and Stanford just after midnight, where a clerk was being attacked by a man with a knife. The suspect ran into a nearby apartment complex. An officer chasing him was hit by an unrelated car. The suspect was arrested after a search of the apartments. We got an update from Garden Grove police this afternoon. The injured officer is in critical but stable condition. The driver of the unrelated car stayed on the scene. Caught on camera, a smash and grab burglary at a Simi Valley card store. Security video inside Simi Sports Cards shows at least 5 burglars breaking cases and taking cards. The owner tells us sports and Pokemon cards were taken and the loss is around $20,000. This store was previously broken into back in April. The store owner says the thieves were in and out within 4 minutes.
LAPD celebrating Dia de los Reyes, or Three Kings Day, by answering questions about the department's immigration policies. Officers set up camp in front of this North Hollywood bakery for its 2nd annual giveaway and raffled off about 40 bikes. The department says the event was also meant to address some of the community's concerns about the recent immigration raids.
Our policy is very strict. Our policy, basically, we've had an immigration policy since 1970s. So we were ahead of the game on how we do not cooperate with any type of ICE operations.
The captain says they hope to have the event again next year to help keep the community informed and remind people of their mission to protect and serve.
If you are flying out of LAX tonight, you might want to check your flight status. According to FlightAware, there are more than 400 delays right now and 34 cancellations. Last night, LAX had a ground delay because of staffing issues. The average delay was 98 minutes. FlightAware showed 534 delays into and out of LAX yesterday.
Well, it is the Cafe closing its doors tonight after 139 years in business. It's the oldest operating restaurant in LA County. The restaurant served some of the biggest Hollywood stars, including Charlie Chaplin, John Wayne, and Clark Gable, plus even President Teddy Roosevelt.
We wanted to stay because it's 140 years. It's nostalgic. It's a keepsake, and you can't throw that away.
So much history. An employee tells us, though, the landlord did not let them renew the lease, and a new restaurant is set to move in.
Still ahead for you, Mother Nature not messing around in Northern California. The snow report from the Sierra.
Well, it's a year ago, our crew